A movie titled 5 Pounds of Pressure, 2024, will tell the story of a former convict trying to live a normal life in repentance. But there are always things from his past that disturb his peace. And these aren't trivial matters, but very serious ones. Curious about how the story unfolds? Go ahead, put on your headphones, adjust your lying position, tighten your underwear, enjoy the show, and check it out. The story will focus on a middle-aged man named Adam, a former inmate who was just released on parole a few days ago. With no home, family, or relatives, Adam visits his friend, let's call him James, who allows him to stay in his shed temporarily. The next day, Adam reports to his parole officer for mandatory check-in. Even though Adam hasn't been involved in any trouble, the officer warns him never to get into any trouble, because even a single complaint or report about him could send him straight back to prison. After checking in, Adam goes to a rented house where his ex-wife lives. He's not there for her, but to see his now teenage son. However, after 13 years in prison without providing any financial support, not even for skincare, his ex-wife refuses to see him and immediately tells him to leave. Not knowing what his son looks like now, Adam asks James for help in locating his son's usual hangout spot. James agrees to take Adam to see his son. And here he is, Jimmy, Adam's now teenage son. Wanting to get closer, Adam decides to join a basketball game without revealing his identity. When Jimmy is pushed down by an opponent, Adam helps him up and even passes him the ball to score. But what happens next? Adam quickly breaks up a fight, clearly siding with his son, which leads to an opponent punching him in the face. Adam could have fought back against some bratty kid, but what's the point of brawling with a teenager in front of his own son, especially if it risks sending him back to prison? This frustrates Jimmy, who questions why Adam just stood there like a weakling. That night, Adam attends a support group for people with troubled pasts. Here, it's revealed that Adam was imprisoned for killing someone, a murder case that left him with deep regret. His life was ruined, his marriage fell apart, his relatives distanced themselves, and the most painful part? He missed all the precious moments with Jimmy, the only son he loves. Let's leave Adam for a moment and shift to a young man named Mike, who's buying a gun from a bald gangster. Mike, still new to the streets, is intimidated when the bald man deliberately points the gun at him to scare him. Turns out, Mike is just following orders from his uncle, let's call him the uncle, a small-time businessman dealing in illegal goods, including drugs. And guess who one of his customers is? Yep, Jimmy, Adam's son, who frequently buys drugs from the uncle's crew.
How far you think he got his arm up his ass?
Hearing that Mike was threatened by the bald gun dealer, the uncle and his loyal enforcer teach the bald man a lesson, warning him never to mess with Mike again. That night, Mike and the uncle meet a supplier named, let's call her Madam, to buy illegal goods that the uncle will later resell to a big-time dealer in the city. Essentially, the uncle is a middleman with many connections, profiting from these transactions. Madame also offers a new, highly profitable product, pure heroin. Naive Mike expresses interest, but the uncle slams the table, saying it's too high risk and he wants nothing to do with it. After dealing with Madam, the uncle and Mike meet the big-time dealer to sell the goods. This dealer is not someone to mess with. He's ruthless, as seen when he gouges out an underling's eye for stealing money.
Pick one or I'm taking both. I got one. Get me my fucking money.
Now let's shift to another character. Eli, the younger brother of the man Adam killed 13 years ago. Eli and his mother just learned Adam was released from prison and still harbor resentment over what happened. Eli works as a construction worker who's often late, earning him scoldings from his boss. He's also close friends with Mike. They even have a small band together and dream of becoming musicians, touring big cities, but their current situation makes it hard. After meeting Mike, Eli picks up his girlfriend, Lori, for dinner. They're a couple known for frequent petty arguments, like debating whether Messi or Ronaldo is the real GOAT, even though everyone knows it's Ronaldo. Lori refuses to back down and storms out of the car, canceling their dinner. The next day, Mike is tasked with buying drugs from a gang. Afraid to go alone, he brings Eli. Upon arrival, Mike pounds on the door. finding a room full of gangsters. Trying to act tough, Mike warns them not to mess with him. On the way back, Mike vents about how his uncle underpays him despite the high risks. He considers buying heroin from Madam and selling it to the big dealer behind his uncle's back. A risky move, but he's desperate to leave town and start a new life as a musician. That night, Eli meets Lori, who breaks up with him. Being the type to never force feelings, Eli accepts it. Meanwhile, Adam sits at his son's hangout spot, sketching a couple in love when Jimmy shows up, intrigued by the drawing. After chatting about art, Adam asks Jimmy to replicate the sketch, unaware that it's a drawing Jimmy used to make as a child. Though Jimmy doesn't know Adam's identity, the moment is priceless and heartwarming. At home, Jimmy keeps staring at the drawing, shocking his mother when she recognizes Adam's style from Jimmy's childhood. After a tense argument that tears the paper, she admits the man Jimmy met was his father. She confesses her lingering pain over Adam's 13-year absence and forbids Jimmy from seeing him again if he loves her. Adam lands a job as a bartender. On his first night, Mike, recognizing Adam as the man who killed Eli's brother, confronts him after work with the uncle's enforcer, delivering a brutal greeting. Meanwhile, Eli has a terrible week. His mother suffers a heart attack after seeing Adam on the street, and he catches Lori cheating with Mike. Devastated, Eli leaves.
Stop!
Mike promises Lori he'll take her away to start anew, but first he needs money, so he steals his uncle's car. Following his plan, Mike visits Madame to buy high-risk, high-reward heroin, promising payment tomorrow.
11 o'clock tomorrow night.
Next, he meets the big dealer, offering a great deal, but demanding upfront payment, using his uncle's car as collateral. Back to Adam, he meets Jimmy at the basketball court, unaware Jimmy now knows his identity. Angry over abandonment, Jimmy storms off. The next day, Adam lures Jimmy back with $50. There, Adam confesses he killed someone in the past, leading to his 13-year imprisonment, never intending to abandon his family. Jimmy confronts his mother, who admits she never told the full story, only painting Adam as a deadbeat. Now an adult, Jimmy insists on seeing his father, forcing his mother to relent. But she calls Adam first, setting conditions and apologizing for her harshness. Overjoyed, Adam has the happiest night of his life. Meanwhile, Mike and Lori prepare to leave town. Mike sends her ahead to the airport while he handles business. Lori excitedly tells her roommate, who supports her. Meanwhile, Mike arrives at Madame's, leaving payment with a guard for the heroin. After waiting 30 minutes, he barges in, only to find Madame lounging, realizing he's been scammed.
You're upset.
Now broke and empty-handed, Mike faces the big dealer, who confiscates the car and threatens his life unless he repays by morning. Desperate, Mike starts robbing stores.
Come on.
At the same time, Eli arrives at Adam's bar for revenge. Waiting until closing, he pulls a gun on Adam, who finally recognizes him as his victim's brother. Suddenly, Mike bursts in to rob the place, leading to a fatal misunderstanding. Eli thinks Mike came to kill him over Lori. Mike is shot in the head. Eli suffers a minor leg wound. Adam offers a deal. He'll tell police Eli was defending him from a robbery. Pleading for mercy, Adam expresses regret, talks about his son, and begs for understanding. But Eli shoots him dead. News reports frame Adam as a robbery victim. James, Adam's ex, and Jimmy mourn. The uncle, devastated by Mike's death, massacres the big dealer's crew, landing him in prison. Lori waits at the airport for Mike, who'll never come. Jimmy, having just regained a father's love, now faces loss again, possibly seeking revenge on Eli, perpetuating an endless cycle. The end. A truly heartbreaking conclusion. I, Jonathan Wick, on behalf of the executive team, thank you and see you in the next video. Adios.